Welcome back. It's time once again for that Rite of Fall Skylights, the 2000 edition. There was a lot of great high school football action tonight throughout Western PA. Let's get right to it.
Our first stop of the evening, the south side of Pittsburgh, where Brashear and Perry engaged in a City League showdown. Thanks, Brashear, for the nice signs. We'll pick it up early in the first quarter. Perry's Vaughn Rivers gets the ball. Look at the moves! Right there! He's into the end zone for the touchdown. 7-0 Perry. Perry's very next possession. Mike Reed takes the little pass. And look at the big moves! He's gone! 14-0 Perry. Second quarter. Perry's Jerry Washington with some great pressure. Forces the bad pass, and Damian Cornish picks it up, and he is gone for the touchdown. 20-0 Perry. Still in the second, Perry's William Graham is going to take it in for a 28-0 Perry lead. Now, watch this. Moments later, Damian Cornish to William Graham. And watch the spin move right there. He's gone. Touchdown. Perry rolls to victory. Let's go over to Three River Stadium, where Hopewell and West Allegheny were waging battle. First quarter, WA's Tyler Palco to Jamie Fitzgerald. Luck at a break and tackles into the end zone for the West Allegheny touchdown and a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, West Allegheny's Tyler Palco, the all-everything quarterback. The quarterback draw for the touchdown, and it was 14-0 WA. Later in the second, Hopewell's Alan Avery with a great defensive play, strips the ball, and Brian Wilson recovers for Hopewell. But the West Allegheny defense gets it back. Manny Rojas will pick it off for West Allegheny. And look at him, rolling. Sets up this, Tyler Palco to Joe Slappy, and a great catch for a touchdown. 21-0 West Allegheny at the half. Third quarter, Hopewell makes it a game. B.J. Samuel goes in for the touchdown and cuts the lead to 21-7. But in the fourth, Tyler Palco takes matters into his own hands and legs. 53 yards for the touchdown. West Allegheny wins 35-7. We head out to the South Hills, Upper St. Clair, hosting Connellsville. Thanks, Connellsville, for the welcome from the air, and thanks to the Upper St. Clair cheerleaders.
Hey! Hey! Here we go! We love Fedko!
Fast Carter! Upper St. Clair's Brad Wilson takes off. Look at him go! 60 yards for the touchdown. 7-0 Upper St. Clair. Second quarter, Upper St. Clair's Joe Mazzarini takes it in. And it was 14-0 USC. But back comes Connellsville. Antonio Thomas on the ensuing kickoff. Goes 45 yards. Sets up this. Connellsville's Keith Shearer finds Adam McQuaid. Touchdown. Connellsville within 7 at 14-7. Then Connellsville's Keith Shearer to Ed Jacobs. Sets up this. Keith Shearer on the option to Antonio Thomas for the touchdown. And Connellsville was within 1 after the missed extra point, 14-13. But in the third quarter, USC's Brad Wilson comes up with a big play. Look at him go down the sidelines, all the way for the touchdown. USC wins 21-13. We go to the North Hills, North Allegheny hosting Woodland Hills. Thanks to the Woody High cheerleaders.
We love you, Fedko!
And thanks to the NA cheerleaders.
Hey, Fedko!
You the man.
Thank you very much. NA looked good early in this one. First quarter action. Woodland Hills gets picked off. Mike Weniger with the intercept all the way down to the 20-yard line. But NA can't convert, and Woodland Hills never lets him back in the game. Watch Brendan Banks of Woodland Hills take the handoff, and he's gone. 40 yards for the touchdown. Woodland Hills led 7-0. Then 3.5 minutes later, it's deja vu all over again. Brendan Banks takes it 40 yards. Look at the news. Woodland Hills led 14-0. Woodland Hills seals it. Kareem Dutrell takes it in for the touchdown, and Woodland Hills goes on to win. Let's swing over to North Park. North Catholic versus Central Catholic.
We love Fedko!
Thanks to the North Catholic cheerleaders. North Catholic's Christopher Carr is sacked by Central Catholic linebacker Jason Roebuck in the first quarter. Watch Central's Bob Tootie go to Denny Poland. 30 yards. Great catch by Poland. Leads to this. Stephen Buebe's touchdown. And it was 6-0 Central Catholic. Now, watch North Catholic's offense. Christopher Carr goes to Sean Laverty. 38 yards. But Central's Pat Sullivan with a big defensive play stops the drive. A 7-yard loss. Dead. North Catholic's Sean Laverty will recover. The fumble! Setting up this North Catholic touchdown by Mike Lindenfelser. It was 7-6 at the half when the lightning came. The game is postponed. They'll play the second half tomorrow at 10 a.m. at North Park. It was 7-6 North Catholic at the half. Let's go to Penn Trafford, hosting Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley led 3-0 at the half. We pick it up in the third quarter. Penn Trafford's Mike Dibbins to Bill Skavicki for the touchdown. 7-3 Penn Trafford led. Then, watch the Penn Trafford defense. The Seneca Valley fumbles recovered by Pat Herforth of Penn Trafford. 3 plays later, PT's Mike Dibbins goes to R.J. Jackson. Down to the 1-yard line. Sets up the Kirk Rogers touchdown. Penn Trafford wins 21-9.
Some more great games, one in Penn Hills, one in Belle Vernon. I'll have all those highlights. Stay right here. Come on back.
This new segment is sponsored in part by Taco Bell.
Lights action. There was an awesome game at Penn Hills hosting Gateway, and we were there. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Gateway's Larry Maiolo breaks it for 45 yards. Look at him go. It's a 7-0 Gateway lead. Then Penn Hill's first possession of the game. And fumble! Gateway recovers at the Penn Hills 31. Sets up this. The Gateway touchdown. Joe DiMatteo, and the crowd is stunned. Penn Hills trails 14-0 at home. Late in the second, Penn Hills' Brandon Anderson running over people. Allah, the Buster. Oh, Bettis. 28 yards for the touchdown. Penn Hills within 7, 14-7. Thad Carter. Gateway with the ball. Penn Hills' Mike Dahlman recovers. Now, Penn Hills is a 4th and 10. Anthony Morelli has to come up with a clutch play. Shovel pass to Jeff Hancock. Picks up the first down. And Penn Hills still trailing by 7. But not for long. Jermaine Williams gets the call. Goes in for the touchdown. Game tied at 14. Fourth quarter. Penn Hills comes through with a big defensive play. Matt Palermo picks it off. The game ends in a 14-14 tie. They do not play overtime because of lightning in the area. So it's a 14-14 tie. Meanwhile, great signs means we must be at Belle Vernon. Hosting Thomas Jefferson. Look at the great artistry always at Belle Vernon. They go crazy out there. They're loving Kaylee, who's now 5 years old, by the way. And everybody wants me in one of those Survivor shows. No way. Thanks, Belle Vernon. You're beautiful. The love flowing. What a game. Belle Vernon draws first blood on this play. The halfback option. Aaron Krebs, 65 yards. He could go. Oh, he doesn't. But it sets up this, a 1-yard dive by Scott McClintock. That makes it 6-0 Belle Vernon. But Thomas Jefferson comes right back on the ensuing kickoff. Nate Starrett. Look at him go! He can go all the way. 80 yards for the touchdown. Gives Thomas Jefferson the lead, 7-6. But Belle Vernon retakes the lead, 12-7. Then Thomas Jefferson's Mike Shawless rallies the troops, hooks up with Keith Mull. Touchdown. TJ recaptured the lead. They led at the half, but Belle Vernon would win this game 24-20 in a battle of two excellent football teams. And now it's time for the announcement, the first Skylight Spirit Award for 2000, and the winner is That skylights perennial Spirit Award power, Belle Vernon, also a powerhouse football team. Tremendous artwork, what great pride. Thanks, Belle Vernon, and congrats on another Skylight Spirit Award. You've won about 50 of them in the last 14 years since I've been doing Skylights. Pirates lead San Diego 2-0 in the fourth. Lightning played havoc out there a lot. A lot of games were...
Count on.
Hello, everybody. It's time for another week of Skylights excitement. We've got 8 big games in the docket. Let's go to it.
Our first stop, South Stadium. Shenley versus Brashear in one of the games of the night. And look, get the welcome from Brashear. The love. Flowing. Thanks, Brashear. What a game this would be. First quarter, Brashear's Darryl Wiley makes it 6-0 Brashear. But Shenley answers. Devon Allensworth goes in for Shenley, and Shenley led 7-6. Second quarter, Shenley's Mo Williams finds Steve Sengstack for the touchdown. Shenley led 20-6 at the half. Let's go to the third quarter. Brashear's Mario Watkins gets Brashear within 7. Brashear trailed 20-13, still in the third. Watch Brashear's Ron Florian hits Simeon Barnett, and Barnett is gone. He'll tie the game at 20-all. Fourth quarter, still 20-20. Mario Watkins gets the call for Brashear. He bowls people over into the end zone. Brashear, with a comeback victory, wins 26-20. Our next stop, beautiful Mount Lebanon, hosting Upper St. Clair in the Battle of the South Hills. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Mount Lebanon's offense on the move. Kevin Weidel hits James Harvey down the sideline to set up this. The 1-yard Kevin Weidel keeper. And it was 7-0 Mount Lebanon. Still in the first quarter, Weidel with a quick slant to Sam Matthews. 34 yards, touchdown. And Mount Lebo led 13-0. Second quarter, Sam Matthews from the 1. He's in. It's 20-0 Mount Lebanon. Still in the second. Look at this Kevin Weidel run. He heads for the pylon. Does he make it into the end zone? Yeah, they say no. No problem. Next play, Sam Matthews. Touchdown. 27-0 Mount Lebanon at the half. That got it. Kevin Weidel to James Harvey. 45 yards down to the 16-yard line. 2 plays later, it's Sam Matthews from 15 yards in. Touchdown. 34-0 Mount Lebanon. Mount Lebanon rolls to the win. Let's head up to Monroeville. Gateway hosting Woodland Hills. Second quarter of a scoreless game. And Woodland Hills, Brendan Banks goes in from 9 yards out, makes it 7-0 Woody High in the third. Woodland Hills, Kareem Dutrell goes 36 yards. Look at them evading tacklers for a 14-0 Woodland Hills lead. Then, still in the third, Woodland Hills is a 4th and 6. It's a fake punt. Tony Carr to Bill Brown, 13 yards for the first down, which leads to this 32-yard field goal by Austin Novak. 17-0 Woodland Hills in the fourth quarter. Steve Breston to Kevin Fanchar, 37 yards for Woody High. Sets up another touchdown that made it 24-0 Woodland Hills. That gateway drive, but Mike Flowers will step in front for the intercept. And Bill Brown, watch him go, 39 yards for the touchdown. Woodland Hills goes on to the big win. Let's head to the North Hills. North Allegheny hosting Norwood. This would be a very close contest. A scoreless game in the third quarter. North Allegheny with the ball. And NA's Pete Sorgel finds a hole and goes 23 yards. Sets up this 3-yard touchdown run by Brad Bartos, and NA led 6-0. Norwood on 4th and goal in field goal formation. But watch. It's a fake. Randy Ravesti. Can he get in? He's down to the goal line. Fumble at the 1-yard line, and NA takes over. Then watch Pete Sorgel. He's gone. 85 yards. Touchdown. North Allegheny goes on to win 12-0. Let's swing over to Hampton, hosting Derry. And thanks to the Hampton cheerleaders.
We love you, Pittsburgh!
You're beautiful. First quarter.
Hampton's Nate Raydell goes in from 17 yards out for a 7-0 Hampton lead. Then Hampton tries the halfback option, but Derry's Jermaine Clayton will pick it off. Hampton led 10-0 at the half. Thad Carter. Hampton's Nate Raydell from 18 yards out. Look at him go for the touchdown. 17-0 Hampton. Fourth quarter, Derry's Joe Calabrese leads a comeback. 64 yards to Jermaine Clayton. Touchdown. Derry within 11. 17-6 Hampton led. Then Joe Calabrese. 10 yards to Mike Schmidt. And Derry's within 5. 17-12 Hampton led. Then watch Hampton's Nate Raydell. Look at him go! Look at the moves! Setting up this, Eli Sundquist, 21-yard field goal. Makes it 20-12 Hampton, and Hampton goes on to win. Let's go to West Allegheny, hosting Moon. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. West Allegheny's star quarterback, Tyler Palco, keeps it himself. Goes in for the 15-yard touchdown, and it was 7-0 West Allegheny. Second quarter. West Allegheny turns to Tyler Palco again. He takes it in for the touchdown, 14-0 West Allegheny. Now, watch Moon quarterback Derek Blizwick go to John Scott. This'll be 43 yards. And a touchdown. Moon within 7. Down 14-7. Fourth quarter. West Allegheny. Kelly Campbell gets the call. Goes in for the touchdown. 21-7. West Allegheny led. Minutes later, it's Campbell again. 10 yards out. Touchdown. And West Allegheny goes on to win.
I've got lots more. Stay right there. I'm coming right back.
This new segment is sponsored in part by Taco Bell.
More games on our docket, and they were two great contests. We go to Mars, taking on Burrell. Two very good teams. Fast cutter. Burrell's Tim Ekman, back to pass. He keeps it himself. Goes 7 yards for the touchdown and a 7-0 Burrell lead. Second quarter, Ekman hits Burrell's Kevin McCardle. 14 yards. That sets up this. Greg Dolnikowski. Boom. Into the end zone. 14-0 Burrell. Then in the third, it's Greg Dolnikowski. Look at it go. 25 yards. But 2 plays later, Mars with some good defense. Mike Gogolin with the interception. Thwarts the drive, but Burrell will go on to win this game. 17-0. Burrell gets the shutout. Let's go to Aliquippa hosting Laurel. Thanks to Laurel for the signs. That's got it. Laurel deep in Quip's territory when Aliquippa's Brandon Harlan picks it off. Takes it to the Quip's 40-yard line. Sets up this. Aliquippa's Jarris Wilcox. 22 yards for the touchdown. And it was 6-0 Aliquippa. Aliquippa's next possession. The Quip's Bernard led. Star quarterback. Goes to Quentin Good. Good catch. Aliquippa led 14-0. This is the ensuing kickoff. This is incredible. It's kicked around. It's bumping around. It's Laurel's Nicholas Paris. Look at him go. You got to be kidding me. He picks it up and goes 83 yards for a touchdown. That is one of the plays of the year. You've got to love that. Laurel cut the lead to 14-7. Late in the third. Laurel's Ken Hudson goes down to the Aliquippa 19-yard line. Sets up this 4-yard TD run by Nicholas Paris. But Laurel missed the extra point. Trailed 14-13. And Aliquippa's running game. Look at this guy. Ridiculous. Aliquippa's running game just takes over from there. Aliquippa wins. A great game. 14-13. All right, our Spirit Award this week goes to Brashear High School. Congratulations, Brashear. I'll be coming to see you on Thursday with the coveted Spirit Award. How about the Red Hot Buccos? Winners of 6.
For you to support high school football.
The Woodland Hills McKeesport Showdown is Saturday, but lots of great action on this Friday night. Scores and highlights coming up next.
Live with Andrew Stocky, this is Channel 4 Action Sports.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is for real. Section play starting around Western Pennsylvania tonight. Pat Paris kicks off Operation Football with a South Hill section game. Now, while he tells a story, the scores will be rolling below on the Action Sports sticker.
The Jaguars of TJ trying to play giant killers tonight against West A. But it's the Indian standout Tyler Palko making TJ pay early. The fake punt, Palko races 69 yards for the score, and it's 7-0 West A. TJ's defense then steps up against Palko. Jordan Roth with the pick, setting up a field goal, 9-7 Jaguars at half. West Allegheny's offense finally gets going in the third quarter. Palko to Manny Rojas. They tie the game at 15. But the Indians' third turnover is trouble. Roth, another INT. It leads to a 4th and goal play. TJ's Joe Kelso scores 22-15 Jags. Indians with a shot as time runs out, but Palko is sacked by standout lineman Tyler Reed. Thomas Jefferson wins a thriller over West Allegheny, 22-15.
Nerve-wracking a little bit? Very. It went back and forth. We'd score, they'd score, and we gave up that big play at the beginning, but fought through it and found a way to win.
For Operation Football, Pat Paris, Channel 4 Action Sports.
That's what we need.
Well, up next, we head for the Hills, a Quad A battle in the North Hills, and a doubleheader from the South Hills. It's off to Indian Country. The Collinsville Falcons in town, led by the running talents of former Operation Football Student Athlete of the Week, Marcus Furman. He rips off the TD run. But on the ensuing kickoff, Brandon Zangaro going back the other way with it. Are you kidding me? He did this 2 weeks ago at Three River Stadium. It's a touchdown. North Hills wins big, 47-20. What a wild game at Baldwin High. Opening kickoff of the second half, and look who's out in front. Ben Bloom on his way to the end zone with a kickoff return for 6. But the long play of the night goes to the Viking offense. Bob Tootie's swing pass lands in the hands of Jake Horan, who has a convoy with him. He's going to go 90-plus yards for the game-winning score. Central over Baldwin, 21-20. Thanks, Brentwood, for the warm welcome. Too bad the visiting Steel Valley Ironmen were such rude guests. On the pass, it's Mike Shields, who just follows his blocking and takes the scenic route towards 6 points. Brentwood didn't fare so well when they threw the football. This pass is intercepted by Matt Dolan, who will take it deep into Brentwood real estate, setting up yet another touchdown for Steel Valley, who wins easily. The Ironmen 33 and Brentwood 6. Finally, in Operation Football tonight, a look at another full Friday night of football action, county by county. The homestanding Indians on the attack. That's Joel McDonald rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and scoring from 34 yards out, 14-7 Monaca. But the rain-soaked stadium crowd wants more. They get it. Matt Harley drops back and lets fly, and it's Ricky Schultz on the other end. He loves it and gets some love in the end zone. Monaca wins 35-13. Washington High put a whipping on Beth Center tonight. Justin Gregula with a perfect pass, and Mark Clark never has to break stride. Touchdown. This will become a common theme. Gregula then runs the ball, then turns it into an option, and it's Vontae Johnson finishing the work. And we don't have enough time to show you the rest. The Little Prexies win by the score of 72-8 over Beth Center. This game goes to overtime. Penn Trafford with the ball first. Bill Skavinsky catches the deflected pass and scores the touchdown. But back comes Gateway. Check out the pass. Randy Kalkstein hits his receiver, who makes a lunge for the end zone. We're tied at 14. But in the second OT, Gateway misses its field goal. Penn Trafford, the kick for the win, and it's good. And your final score, 17-14 in double overtime. Penn Trafford a winner. The Riverview Raiders missing 4 starters, all suspended. No problem. That's Ryan Ohm scoring the TD to tie the game at 6. But the Centurions would prove to be too strong. Jordan Hahn completing a 3-touchdown performance with this workmanlike effort. Greensburg Central Catholic wins 18-12. The lights were on for the first time ever at Avonworth. Too bad the scoreboard wasn't as dependable. First home game at night for the Lopes. Under the lights and under the pile, Kevin Michaelon. He goes into the end zone for Avonworth's first night home touchdown. Howard Fort Cherry wins the game 20-12. And if you want more Operation Football, the PittsburghChannel.com has scores, also a preview of Saturday's McKeesport Woodland Hills game, and you can nominate a Student Athlete of the Week. Okay, onto the ice now. Preseason hockey at the Igloo. Coriopolis says Mark Scally seeing his first.
High school football.
Tonight, the lights are on at Steel Valley High.
Operation Football!
Live with Andrew Stocky, this is Channel 4 Action Sports.
Good evening and welcome to a Freaky Friday of Operation Football. Number 1 North Hills went down at Butler tonight, and number 2 was also on the ropes. You can watch the action right now and watch for your school's score below on the Action Sports ticker. Woodland Hills at Central Catholic. Funny hat night for the Woody High Band, but the joke was on the Wolverines in the first half, as Central turned 3 turnovers into touchdowns. Dino Bernardo goes up the gut, 41 yards, he'll go. 23-7 halftime lead for Central. Second half, all Woody High. Mike White takes the kickoff and starts the rally, streaking 85 yards down the sidelines. Suddenly, Woodland Hills is within 6. Then backup quarterback Steve Breeston completes the comeback with a 48-yard touchdown run. His nearly 200-yard rushing night keeps the Wolverines unbeaten, 31-23. North Allegheny at Mount Lebanon. The lights on tonight in Blue Devil country, but somebody forgot to tell the Blue Devil players. NA's Brad Bartos busts in. It's 14-0 Tigers at halftime. But wait, new half, new Blue Devils. It's Brian Young taking the short pass and showing off his moves as he takes it to the house. Touchdown. Mount Lebo ties it at 14. Then it's Kevin Weidel sealing the deal with some trickery. The bootleg, and it's wide open as the Blue Devils rally to win 28-14. Our next stop on Operation Football is Ross Draper Township for a battle of unbeaten football teams. That's where we find our Mr. Friday Night, our very own Pat Paris.
It's Leopard country, and it's Cookie leading the Belle Vernon charge. The Leps with something to prove against the former Quad A team. Aaron Krebs takes the Lions punt at the 18. He heads up the sideline, and see ya. A 72-yard return for the score. Belle Vernon up 10-0. Second quarter, they add to it. Nick Kalsavec from 2 yards out, 17-zip. Not much passing in the first half, except Operation Football's into the stands. Plenty of Greensburg-Salem passing in the second half, though. Adam Bostic, the 69-yard bomb to Jared Zerbini. The Lions roar back within 3, but the Leopards answer with another Kelsovic run. He finishes with 265 yards and 2 TDs. Then it's up to the Belle Vernon D. Scott McClintock, the big stick. Belle Vernon survives the Greensburg-Salem comeback, 32-27.
We had to prove something tonight. Like, this is our conference, and we had to prove that. And we just got to keep taking one game at a time from now, and hopefully we get down to 3 Rivers.
And the bell tolls for Greensburg-Salem. They fall from the ranks of the unbeaten, while Belle Vernon improves to 4-0. For Operation Football, Pat Paris, Channel 4 Action Sports.
Thank you, Pat. Belle Vernon a winner tonight. Well, let there be light. It's been 3 decades since Steel Valley hosted Friday Night Football, but the long wait ended tonight. Jeanette at Steel Valley. The lights are on and everybody's here for Steel Valley's first home night game in 28 years. But soon after the game started, lights out for the homestanding Ironman. Off the pitch from T.J. Dietrich, Ryan Klingensmith gets to the outside and gets down the sidelines for the Jayhawk touchdown. Before the cheerleaders could warm up, it was 14-3. Then it's Dietrich again. Perfect strike to Bob Dent, who makes a dent, bangs into the end zone. Jeanette plays the role of spoiler, winning 28-16. Elizabeth Ford at West Mifflin. Let's hear it for the defense for a change. Glenn Schreiber's pass, tipped by Mike Harlatcher, intercepted by West Mifflin's Brian Burke. Nice grab and nice return deep into EF real estate. The mighty Titan offense does the rest. Quarterback Corey Desmond takes it outside, then cuts it back. The Warriors had allowed only 19 points this season. They gave up 28 as West Mifflin pitches the shutout. Well, earlier we showed you Westmoreland County's Jeanette High School. Now more county-by-county action, starting in Beaver County. Mohawk at Aliquippa. The Quips declaring war on the visiting Warriors. The war quickly became a massacre. Dwight Hines ripping off a nice run, good for 25 yards, and a touchdown and a 22-0 lead. Then check out Bernard Lay, the leader of the top-rated Quips. And Quentin Good grabs it with one hand, 55 yards. The Quips roll 34-0. Burgettstown at Chartiers Houston.
We love our bus!
And what's not to love about Char Houston, especially when they're making plays like this? Bob Napper nabbing the interception. Hey, who let the Bucks out? And who missed the assignment on this play? Mike Mealy motoring to the outside and down the sidelines for the Bucks touchdown. Char Houston winning big, 26-0. Cannon McMillan at Ringgold. Thanks to our friends at Waynesburg College for these highlights. Kids night at Ringgold. Onto the action where the visiting Big Macs rally to tie the game. Tanny DeLear to Jamal Davis for 6. Well, maybe the Ringgold cheerleaders can rally their guys. Maybe not. Big Mac ball, and what a fake. Even fooled the cameraman. That's Jeff Tornabean taking it to the house. Cannon Mac, a 31-14 winner tonight.
And that is the TV version of Operation Football, but check out the PittsburghChannel.com for all your scores and game stories. And you can also choose for one of the performances tonight and make that young man a Student Athlete of the Week. Busy night of high school football. Pirates rained out.
That trend through the start of the work week, too. Tonight, big moon, 40 degrees, clear and cold, and not as cold tonight. Through the day tomorrow, we do have the sunshine back, mostly sunny and warmer, so soak it up if you get a chance. 70 degrees the high. We add a couple of more degrees as we roll into the weekend forecast. 72 for Sunday, 74 back on Monday, and 70 and a chance for rain showers coming back for Tuesday. Cooling back down on Wednesday with a shower there, too. So, great weekend. Maybe a honeydew list kind of weekend.
Or honeydew, what's honeydew? I was thinking
honeydew
fruit.
that. Well, it could be a fruit weekend, too.
Golf could be on the list.
Yes,
one final
true.
time.
Anything you want to do outside tomorrow is
Leaf
a good one.
gazing.
Leaf gazing.
I mean, even though they're not changed yet, you can still
Some
gaze
of them
at
are. Yeah, higher elevations, starting to go.
That's true. That's true. Go find them.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Steve.
You too.
Well, will Cordell Stewart be back in the saddle Sunday? The story next in Action Sports.
It's Operation Football Friday. We've got scores and highlights from all
Contest last week. This was Blowout Friday. Shutouts were the rule, not the exception. Pat Paris starts us off in the North Hills.
For the second straight week, North Hills is without their head coach, Jack McCurry, because of kidney stones. But unlike last week against Butler, the Indians respond against Mount Lebo. Early in the game, Ken Barkovich intercepts Kevin Weidel. It leads to this 4-yard dive by Jim Zishy, 6-0 North Hills. Later in the first, the Indians strip the football. John Brady recovers. That sets up Zishy's second TD run of the night. An 8-yarder, 12-zip North Hills. Mount Lebo's offense going nowhere fast. Zach Harper sacks Weidel. Then in the fourth, the Indians seal it. John Ziles to a wide-open Andrew Richardson. Even without their head coach, North Hills completely shuts down Mount Lebanon, 27-0. They deliver a welcome message as well to their newest conference foe.
I think that was a big influence on us. Yeah, we like to have him around. You know, we wanted to be here. Coach gave us a lot of encouragement about that.
So you guys, was this kind of win-one for the coach?
Yeah, kind of like that, yeah. We couldn't pull it out last week, so we want to do it this week.
For Operation Football, Pat Paris, Channel 4 Action Sports.
Thanks, Pat. Putting our own spin on a historic phrase, it's time to go east, young man. Friday night highlights from east of Pittsburgh. First up, we head to the hills, Penn Hills.
The drums of war beating in Big Red Country, but a tornado strike puts Butler ahead in the first quarter. Justin Papania to Tim Madigan. It's 10-7 Golden Tornadoes. But the Penn Hills Big Red turn to the ground game, and there is Brandon Anderson around the corner, and down the stretch he will go. You can tell by the reaction of the crowd that he scores. Penn Hills wins 38-17. A crescent moon hanging over Spartan Stadium. The Vikings hanging all over the Hempfield offense. Chris Rossi comes up with a nice interception, and that turns into this. Bob Tootie to Ryan Plowry back of the end zone. That's a Central touchdown. On the ground, Dino DiNardo carried the load in this 41-7 Central win, scoring 4 touchdowns on the night. No horsing around for the homestanding Mustangs tonight. Tony Benura, slant pass, right on the money to Alvin Hill for the plum touchdown. And the celebration starts for the folks in purple. And Darob Wright keeps it going. He's out in front of the pack, headed to the end zone. Plum pummels Franklin Regional 36-14.
Meanwhile, a scoring machine was on display tonight in Washington County. The Little Prexies of Washington High School have scored an average of 52 points a game. Could Seton LaSalle slow them down?
Settle in, fans. We've got video of the high school version of the St. Louis Rams on the ground. The Little Prexies riding the legs of Vontae Johnson to a touchdown against Seton LaSalle. Oh yeah, the Little Prexies, they've got game. They also do it through the air. Screen pass to Justin Martinchek, who follows his blockers and heads for another touchdown. Washington wins 54-6 to stay unbeaten. Why is Christina Body smiling? Well, she's the homecoming queen, and her school's up by 20 at halftime. But East Allegheny coughs up the lead. The fumble in the end zone. Brandon Snyder recovers for Steel Valley. 3 touchdowns, and Steel Valley's up by 1. But EA is now about to let this one get away. Adam Wagner to Chad Zyma. And look at Chad go down the sidelines for the game-winning touchdown. East Allegheny's homecoming is saved. They win 28-23. The homestanding Indians strike quickly. Darrell Walden airs it out to Steve Seeger for the Shady Side score. But the Shady Side coaching staff had to be scratching their heads. They turned it over 8 times, making things really easy for Zach Gorley and the Viking offense. Gorley over 100 yards rushing. Apollo Ridge wins 42-6.
And that's it for Operation Football on television, but playing more Operation Football online at the PittsburghChannel.com, your website for all the scores, highlights, and video, as well as photos of tonight's top games.
All right, so we gave us baseball, football, we got some hockey.
Three Rivers with the last baseball weekend ever at the old stadium, but every Friday night there's high drama throughout Western Pennsylvania with some of the best high school football in the country. Great matchups tonight. Let's go to Skylights.
Our first stop, the Southside Couples Stadium, the City League showdown between Shenley and Oliver. And thanks to Oliver for the great welcome. Second quarter, Shenley's Micah Germany gives Shenley a 7-0 lead at the half. Still 7-0 in the third quarter when Diego Matthews gives Oliver an 8-6 lead. That quarter, Shenley's Mo Williams goes deep to Steve Sengstack to the 1-yard line. Sets up the fourth quarter touchdown by Shenley's Micah Germany, and Shenley regained the lead 13-8. Back comes Oliver. Watch Donald Matthews breaking tackles. Look at him go. Setting up this. Denny Ray Robinson. Oliver touchdown. And Oliver wins 16-13. Let's head to Washington County. Cannon McMillan hosting Laurel Highlands. And the love flowing from the Big Macs of Cannon McMillan. Thanks for the great welcome, Cannon Mac. And what's that mean? That's got it! Laurel Highlands with the ball. The punt is blocked by Cannon McMillan. Clay Simon recovers it. Setting up Cannon Mac's first score. Later in the first quarter, Big Mac running back Stephon Struthers barrels in. 14-0 Cannon Mac. Next series for Laurel Highlands. Picked off by Brad Connick. He goes 29 yards for the touchdown. 21-0 Cannon McMillan. Still in the second. Cannon McMillan's Chris Siddick takes the punt. And look at him go! Turns the corner. Finds the seam. They're not going to get him. 71 yards for the touchdown. 28-0 Cannon McMillan. This Cannon McMillan team is awesome. Watch my new main man. Cannon McMillan quarterback. Tanny, my main Manny, Deliere. Keeps it on the option. 26 yards touchdown. Cannon McMillan rolls to the victory. Let's go to North Allegheny, hosting Shaler in an offensive slugfest. Nice counter. North Allegheny's Matt Butler hands to Pete Sorgel. And not gonna go. 35 yards. And NA takes an early 7-0 lead. Second quarter. NA's Matt Butler from 7 yards out. Watch this extra effort. Yeah, into the end zone. 14-0 North Allegheny. Still in the second. Shaler's Brian Weinberg from a yard out. Over the top, it's good for 6. Then, watch Brian Weinberg go eep to Zach Mers. Tied 14-14 at the half. Third quarter, NA's Matt Butler takes it himself. Look at the moves! He's into the end zone. NA leads 21-14. They're not done yet. Watch Butler hit Neil Sinar across the middle to make it 28-14 North Allegheny. In the fourth, Shaler still fighting back. Mark Burchell takes the pitch. Sneaks around the left side, wants to dive. That makes it 28-21. Shaler trailed by 7. And NA will not be denied. Who is it? It's Pete Sorgel again. Look at him go. 98 yards. North Allegheny goes on to win. Our next stop, Pine Richland, hosting Hampton. And look at the incredible welcome from Pine Richland. Unbelievable. And the signs, an Olympian effort. My platform, elect me, I'll cut your taxes. And look at these great Americans. But stay away from my daughter, please. And the answer is no. I don't know about this one. I'll have to ask my wife. And look at these great Americans, including superstar radio announcer Jim Colony's son wearing the O. Jim, I'm sure you're a proud parent tonight. And what's this? Huh? Those Pine Richland, Sean Conley. Look at him go for the touchdown. Pine Richland takes a 6-0 lead. Second quarter, Hampton's Nate Riedel gives Hampton a 7-6 lead. Pine Richland comes back. Mark Nicholas gives Pine Richland the 14-7 lead. But Hampton comes back. Pat Plunkett to John Benka with a great catch in the end zone for the touchdown. The game was tied at 14-all. We go to the third quarter. Watch this play. Hampton's Pat Plunkett to John Benka, and he could go all the way. 95 yards for the touchdown. Hampton leads 21-14. Here comes Pine Richland with the ball. But watch Hampton's Ben Zelong. Picks it off. He's gone the other way. Hampton goes on to win 28-20. The big game of the night at North Hills. North Hills hosting Mount Lebanon. Turnover's the name of this game. Baz Carter, Ken Barkovich with the interception for North Hills. Sets up this 3-yard touchdown by Jim Zischi, and it was 6-0 North Hills. Another first quarter turnover. John Brady of North Hills recovers the fumble. That sets up this 8-yard touchdown run by Jim Zischi. And it's 12-0 North Hills at the half. The Indians' defense is awesome tonight. Mick Yokaitis breaks up the pass with a great defensive play. Fourth quarter, still 12-0. When North Hills' John Zillis hits Andrew Richardson. 18-0 North Hills, they're going for 2 points. And it'll be Zillis to Brandon Zangaro. 20-0 Indians. North Hills not done yet. Jim Zischi up the middle, and he could go. He doesn't. But 2 plays later, John Zillis keeps it himself. Look at the move right there. North Hills rolls to the win. 27-0.
We've got more Skylights action and Pirate highlights and some pretty big Steeler news coming up next. Stay right here. We go to Woodland Hills, playing host to Baldwin. Flags to the Baldwin cheerleaders at the Wolf Arena. First quarter, watch this play. Woody High's Monte Murphy with the interception. They say it's a legal interception. That is fumble. What's going on? Woody High's Mike White finally recovers. Still scoreless in the first when Baldwin's Ben Bloomley rolls out. Goes in from 11 yards out, and Baldwin leads 7-0. Zach got it. Score tied at 7. Woodland Hills takes a 13-7 lead on Brendan Banks' 1-yard run. It was Woodland Hills 13-7 at the half. Still 13-7 in the fourth. Baldwin's Ben Bloomley hooks up with Dan Kluchowski. Look at Kluchowski. Look at it, Bubbly. 54 yards to the Woodland Hills 14-yard line, as only a man named Kluchowski could do. Then Baldwin takes the lead on Jason Churak's 3-yard TD run. It's now 14-13 Baldwin. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Baldwin fumble! Woodland Hills takes over on Baldwin's 38-yard line, down by 1. Then Woody High Steve Breeston. Look at him go. Where is he? He's in the end zone. 24 yards. Touchdown. Woodland Hills is
the victor, 21-14 in a come-from-behind win for Woody High. This afternoon, Shadyside Academy hosting Apollo Ridge. Thanks to Shadyside for the warm welcome. First quarter, Apollo Ridge's Jacob Nolf goes in from 13 yards out, 7-0 Apollo Ridge. Later in the first, Apollo Ridge's Zach Gorley. Look at it go. 54 yards, all the way down to the Shadyside 4. That led to a touchdown. Look at that move. Apollo Ridge with a 14-0 lead. Second quarter. Watch this catch by Shadyside Steve Seiger. Whoa! Stretches out for the Darrell Walden 30-yard pass. Later in the second, it's Steve Seiger again. 33-yard touchdown. Shadyside closed the gap, 14-6, down by 8. But the rest of the game was all Apollo Ridge. Zach Gorley goes in from 12 yards out. Apollo Ridge had a 21-6 halftime lead. Second half, Apollo Ridge's Brian Newton, who had 3 TDs in the day, goes in from a yard out. Apollo Ridge wins this battle of the unbeatens, 42-6. All right, tonight's Spirit Award. Honorable mention to Cannon McMillan. We will be back to Cannon Mac. They have an awesome football team this year, but the winner tonight, Pine Richland. Congratulations, Pine Richland. All right, the injury news for the
Sports. Well, tonight we begin Operation Football with a backyard brawl. Washington at Waynesburg, an annual showdown and a rematch of last year's title game. Pat Paris has the Greene County grudge match, and the sports ticker below has all your scores.
Washington and Waynesburg, the fierce rivalry renewed as both teams enter the game undefeated on the season. Wash High's high-powered offense shut down early, and they pay. A bad snap over the punter's head gives Waynesburg great field position. On the next play, Lee Fritz with the 28-yard TD strike to Craig Bland. Quickly 6-0 Raiders. After trading touchdowns, the Waynesburg D does it again. Cody Black and Derek Mears record the safety, 16-7 Raiders. Then, on the ensuing free kick, nothing bland about this return. Craig Bland shakes a couple of tackles, and see ya. A 72-yard kickoff return, 24-7 Waynesburg, the surprising halftime score. The Raiders continue to impress at the start of the third. A 91-yard, 7-minute drive, the touchdown strike from Fritz. Then on to the fourth quarter, Wash High tries to come back, but a curious call, a 2-point conversion, is denied. Waynesburg holds off Washington 30-21. The Prexies held 31 points below their average.
The last 3 years we've had their number, and we thrive off our beating them before and everything, and this is great.
For Operation Football, Pat Paris, Channel 4 Action Sports.
Thanks, Pat. Now, 2 weeks ago, he was Operation Football's Student Athlete of the Week. Tonight, Steve Breston put on quite an encore performance. Thanks, Seneca Valley, for the welcome, and thanks, Steve Breston, for the run of the night. No letdown from the former Student Athlete of the Week. Breston also does it on special teams, flying in for the blocked punt and the safety. Then you've got to follow the bouncing ball. Monte Murphy, fumbled, recovered, fumbled, recovered, fumbled, recovered by Breston for a touchdown. 26-7, Woody High wins big. The Big Red on the attack, but Anthony Morelli's pass headed the other way. Michael Wilson takes it back to start the second half. You can't tame these Tigers. They're up 14-3, but you can't stop the Big Red either. That's Mike Granasevich coming at you and going into the end zone for the Penn Hill score. Maybe the Indians can win this one. Maybe not. It's McKeesport's Mr. Everything. Cecil Howard closing out the Indians. McKeesport shoots them down 28-10. Trinity hosting a track meet tonight. Craig Urim, touchdown Trinity. Fox Chapel ball. Steve Wagner down the far sidelines, touchdown, this time for Fox Chapel. Back come the hometown Hillers. Craig Urim in the clear, on his way to another score, this time for Trinity. How about 3 cheers tonight for Craig Urim? How about 3 touchdowns? Into the end zone, he goes one more time. Trinity outscores Fox Chapel 49-42. Well, our next couple of games are by request. We received emails to our website, thepittsburghchannel.com, asking us to make stops at Chartiers Houston and Hopewell High Schools. Well, you ask, we deliver. Let's go, Chartiers Houston or Camden Catholic. Both teams struggling to move the ball. Sean Quinn's pass just too far for Jason Shapiro. Fans waiting for the scoring drought to end, but it's not going to happen tonight. Andy McKinney can't come up with the pass.
and it's Cavan that stays #1 and unbeaten with an early touchdown. They win 7-0. Bonus coverage, Moon at Hopewell. Rival Moon hitting Hopewell for a homecoming. The Tigers taking to the air. Derek Blazewick drops back, then gets bowled with a bomb into double coverage. It's caught by Dave Kuhn, and it's 7-3 Tigers. The Tiger crowd loves it. But here comes Hopewell. But who's got the ball? Where's the rock? B. James Samuel, he's got the rock. And he's on his way to the end zone for a Hopewell touchdown. One of the few things Hopewell could cheer about as Moon wins this game 24-14. Thanks to the Norwin cheerleaders, Gateway visiting Night Country, and it's Randy Kalkstein coming right at you. The strike to Joe DiMatteo. We're tied at 7. Norwin answers with the long ball. Out of the pocket, Jim Cooper to a wide-open Mark Hamilton, who never had to break stride. He's headed for the end zone. Norwin headed to victory 27-19.
And that's another week of Operation Football done for you. But if you're still not satisfied, don't sweat it. More football is just a click away, Sally, at thepittsburghchannel.com. More scores, more game stories, and Mike's favorite, more photos and game video.
Sloppy games out there. Tough to hold on to the ball tonight.
It was money out there. A lot of teams struggled just to, run the football and execute their basic plays. But it was a wet night out there. But things are going to be a little bit slushy tonight for the Penguins.
Welcome back. Another big week of Skylights with lots of monster showdowns. Let's get right to it.
We first head to Bell Vernon, hosting Dairy Area. It's homecoming. Congratulations to Stacy Zeker, the Bell Vernon homecoming queen. Bell Vernon's opening possession. Josh Kramer to Eric Gill. Touchdown! This Bell Vernon team is awesome. Here's some evidence. Bell Vernon's next possession. Scott McClintock goes 19 yards, setting up this. It's a fake reverse. Watch Nick Kalsovic take it himself, and it was 14-0 Bell Vernon. Derry has the ball at the 32-yard line, but it's a fumble! Bell Vernon's Eric Gill picks it up, and he's gone the other way. 36 yards. It was 22-0 Bell Vernon. Bell Vernon knocking on the door again. Josh Kramer keeps it himself. 36-0 Bell Vernon. Bell Vernon near the end of the half strikes again. Josh Kramer to Aaron Krebs for the touchdown. Bell Vernon rolls 57-0. Our next stop, Northgate, hosting Center. Second quarter, Northgate's Pat McKiernan goes to Marcus Coleman. And it was 7-0 Northgate. Still in the second. Pat McKiernan finds Adam Ferguson. Setting up this Marvin Overson touchdown. It was 14-0 Northgate. But back comes Center. Late in the half. It's the halfback option. And Zachary Flasco catches the touchdown. Northgate led 14-7 at the half. Third quarter. Center's Brian Fontana. Look at him go! He could go all the way. He does. Ties the game at 14-all. Still in the third. Brian Fontana is going to pick up the fumble, and Fontana's gone for another touchdown on defense. And Center led 21-14. Still in the third. It's Brian Fontana to Zachary Flasco. He's gone. Center goes on to win 35-20. Our next stop, Norwin, hosting Gateway. What a great game this would be. And the love flowing from Norwin.
F-E-C-K-L, we love Fedko!
Thanks, Norwin. Well, picking up in the first half, Norwin's Derek Kavalkin goes 18 yards for the touchdown, gives Norwin a 7-0 lead. Back comes Gateway. Gateway's Randy Kalkstein to Joe DiMatteo. For the touchdown, it was tied at 7-all. Then Norwin's Jim Cooper to Mark Hamilton, and Hamilton's gone 59 yards. Norwin led 13-7. Back comes Gateway. Larry Maiolo goes in and ties it up at 13-all at the half. Second half, Gateway's Randy Kalkstein to Adam Banks, and Banks is gone. Gives Gateway a 19-13 lead. But Norwin's Cody Peer goes in for the touchdown, and the extra point would give Norwin a 20-19 lead. Now watch this play. Norwin with the ball. Jim Cooper with the ball. Gateway thinks the whistle is blown. It's a live ball. No whistle has been blown, and he's gone for the touchdown. Norwin goes on to win, 27-19. We head to another Quad A showdown. Penn Hills at McKeesport. It was a scoreless first quarter, but in the second, Penn Hills gets moving. Brandon Anderson with the big gain sets up this 35-yard Ryan Cofferty field goal. It's 3-0 Penn Hills. Late in the second quarter, Penn Hills moving again, but Jamie Goodwin comes up with the interception for McKeesport. 19 seconds left in the half. Cecil the Diesel Howard hits Jason Williams down the sideline. 32 yards. Touchdown. McKeesport led 7-3 at the half. Third quarter. Tigers D steps up. Michael Wilson with a pick, and he's gone. 48 yards for the touchdown. 14-3 McKeesport. Still in the third quarter. Cecil the Diesel Howard from the 1. And McKeesport up 21-3. Penn Hills does not quit. Mike Branasevich goes 35 yards for the touchdown. Penn Hills trailed 21-10. But McKeesport, Cecil the Diesel Howard closes the door. He keeps it in. Break and tackles, letting him go. 56 yards for the touchdown. McKeesport wins 28-10. Our next stop, South Park, hosting Jeanette. And thanks to South Park, always a great welcome. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Jeanette's Ryan Klingensmith takes the handoff, and he could go all the... He doesn't. But it sets up this Michael Nichols field goal, and Jeanette was up 3-0. Still in the first. Jeanette's T.J. Detra to C.J. Brown, who hangs on and scores the touchdown. Jayhawks up 10-3. Second gun it. South Park's Matt Bettler finds Brian Abbey. Watch him go. Sets up this. John Reynolds to Jordan Abramovich. Touchdown. And they were tied at 10-all. But Jeanette then takes over. T.J. Detra hits Bob Dent, who goes in for the touchdown. 23-13 Jeanette. Fourth quarter. T.J. Detra finds C.J. Brown. He's gone. Jeanette goes on to win. Our last stop, one of the games of the night. Hampton hosting Highlands. First quarter. Hampton running back Nate Riedel takes it in for the touchdown and a 7-0 Hampton lead. But Highlands answers immediately. Justin Bouch to Ryan Valasek, 65 yards, and the game was tied at 7-all. Later in the first quarter, watch Highlands running back Darryl Collier at his own 21-yard line. Reverses field, heads to the sideline, and he's gone. 79 yards for the touchdown. Highlands led 14-7. Still in the first quarter, Hampton's Justin Mahoska takes it 20 yards for the touchdown, and it was tied at 14-all. Still in the second, Highlands' Justin Bouch takes it in himself and gives Highland a 21-14 lead. But Hampton answers before the half. Justin Mahoski scores from the 4, and it's tied at 21-all at halftime. And the Hampton homecoming queen, Prachi Kathari, with the king, Noah Richards. Congratulations. The game goes to overtime, tied at 21-all. In OT, Hampton's Justin Mahoska goes in for the touchdown. Hampton wins 28-21.
We'll be back with more Skylights. Stay right here.
This new segment is
Let's go to Chartiers Houston, hosting Canavan. And thanks to Chartiers Houston for the great welcome. And Chartiers Houston will win this week's coveted Skylight Spirit Award with this great effort. So I will be visiting Chartiers Houston on Thursday, and I can't wait. Thank you, Chartiers Houston, and thanks, Megan and Kelly. The love flowing. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. Canavan's Chris Fender. Breaking tackles. Goes 38 yards, but the first quarter is scoreless. Second quarter, Chartiers Houston's Mike Maylock finds Jerry
Hildebrand, 16 yards. The Chargers Houston can't get any points on this drive. Still in the second. Kinnaman's Lou Fanning gets the call. Look at breaking tackles. He goes 30 yards. Same drive. Kinnaman, Sean Quinn to Tom Vina. Touchdown! Kinnaman led 7-0. Later in the second, Chartiers Houston's Mike Malai finds Andy McKinney. And McKinney is gone. 65 yards. But wait, this play gets called back because of a penalty in Chartiers Houston. It was still 7-0 Kinnaman. Last play of the game. Kinnaman, Sean Quinn with the interception. Kinnaman wins the game 7-0. But again, Char Houston wins the coveted Spirit Award. Next, we go to the big cup on the south side for South and Oliver. First quarter, South's Brad Scott takes the pitch, goes 59 yards for the score. South jumps out to a 6-0 lead. With the score 7-6, Oliver in the second. Oliver's Donnie Ray Robinson hits Diego Matthews with the 8-yard pass to the 3. Sets up the score that made it 14-6, Oliver. And still in the second, Don Matthews goes 41 yards for the touchdown, making the score 22-6 Oliver. Oliver goes on to the 36-14 victory. The team with the best record in the American League in the regular season, the Chicago White Sox, face
or online. Live with Andrew Stocky, this is Channel 4 Action Sports.
What a night in the Berg. Opening night for Mario's team and Friday night football. We'll start on ice, but watch the sports ticker below for your favorite high school team. Okay, let's head to the Igloo home opener against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that's Marty Straka. Over to Robert Lang to Alexei Kovalev on the doorstep, and it's 1-0 Penguins. Pittsburgh relying on its defense to keep that lead. J.S. Alban delivers. The new #1 netminder coming up big right here. In fact, tonight, Alban turned away 23 shots. Then the Penguins would put it away by turning to their captain, Jaromir Jagr, who's after his 4th straight scoring title, his first goal of the year on the deflection. And the Penguins return from Japan with a 3-2 opening win.
So a fifth just relaxing and getting back into the grind of the NHL and not traveling all over the place is nice. Like I said, eating your own food, sleeping in your own bed, being with your family is definitely nice for this time of year.
I took care of myself there, and I felt pretty good when I come back. I had some bad nights, but so far it's been great.
Well, one possible reason the Penguins did not sell out tonight, Operation Football. Another full Friday night of football fun, starting with a rivalry raging in Natrona Heights.
Operation Football in the Heights. Second quarter, Valley quarterback B.J. Flannery flies to the outside, scoring the first points of the game. Then it's Big Donnie Booker, bound for Arizona State. He's bound for the end zone here. On to the fourth quarter. Booker, one more time for Valley, which goes on to win 21-7 over Highlands. It's scary just how good this Valley Viking team can be.
We just got it done today, but the players, I can't say enough about them. They've come out and they've done it day in, day out.
Get fired up. We've got a showdown in the South Hills. PT football. Bob Rupp with a little play action near the goal line. Then he throws it up, and Michael Sciulli, great job of coming back for the ball. Game tied at 7, but here come the Panthers. Brad Wilson coming at you, sniffing that end zone, gets the ball over for the go-ahead score. USC rocking with a 14-7 lead. Then check out Chris Heisler. Fakes the pitch, puts the ball up into the end zone, and Justin Accomando makes the diving grab. Upper St. Clair wins its 4th straight, 28-13. We're heading to Westmoreland County for Quad A action. Full moon often means strange things happen. Nothing strange about the hurting Woodland Hills put on Hempfield. Good catch and run by Dan Kane, and Kane's got 6 points. The Spartan defensive coordinator has a headache, and this is not the cure. Mike Nesby from short yardage finds a land of 6. Woody High still unbeaten, winning in Westmoreland County 35-0.
Well, Friday the 13th, a scary night for some favorites, as favored North Allegheny and Jeanette were knocked off. But for the most part, it was like any other Friday. The favorites ruled.
Operation Football touching down in McKeesport. Then it's Cecil Howard touching down in the end zone. 16 yards, 12-3 Tigers at the break. Then the homecoming court has its moment in the Operation Football spotlight. Second half, Howard steals back the spotlight, hitting Jamie Goodwin. It's 18-3. Mount Lebo ball now. Kevin Weidel avoids the sack. The dump pass to Jeremy Bonenberger, who does the rest of the work. 42 yards. Mount Lebo with an 8. McKeesport putting the Blue Devils away at last. Michael Wilson up the gut, 39 yards, as McKeesport wins 24-17.
Now it's time for Operation Football.
Thanks for the welcome, girls. And Sean Quinn, thanks for the big play, the rollout, and the deadly accurate strike to teammate Tom Vina for the Canevin touchdown. The Crusaders scored. Then check out Canevin's whack-pack defense, making all the big hits. Ben Farrell meet Roman Fiola. And then Chris Fender meet the end zone. Canevin's dream season continues with a 21-8 triumph at Fort Cherry. Not much to cheer about on the Neshannock side of the field. The Monaca Indians showing no mercy. The misdirection play, and that's Monaca's Keith Bloom busting down the sidelines. He's going all the way. No, tripped up at the 2. The Indians would score on the next play. Then let's give it to Kevin Miller, see if he can take it to the house. Breaks away from one tackler and takes the scenic route to a 42-yard touchdown. Monaca trounces Neshannock 47-0.
And we've got more scores and game stories online, thepittsburghchannel.com. Log on for the latest Friday night stuff, and you can nominate a Student Athlete of the Week.
Ditbar throws. Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes.
Coming down the home stretch of the high school football regular season, every game is huge, and tonight on Skylights we feature 8 big games. Great weather, great matchups. Let's go.
Our first stop, Martirelli Stadium. North Hills hosting Bethel Park on Friday the 13th. By the light of the silvery moon. This game was all North Hills. Nice Connor. Quarterback John Ziles hands off to Jim Zeech, who that is, but Matt Baroni falls on it. North Hills gets the touchdown. 7-0 North Hills. Second quarter. Watch Eric Mazzetti. Breaking tackles. Stays on his feet for the touchdown. North Hills up 14-0. Bethel Park in the third quarter. Picked off by Jason Sneed, and he's gone. But a flag will bring it back. North Hills, too tough in this game. That corner, Eric Mazzetti rolls and busts into the end zone. 21-0 North Hills. And in the fourth quarter, Jim Zeech takes it up the middle for the touchdown. North Hills rolls to the victory. Our next stop, Aliquippa, hosting Beaver Falls. First quarter, Aliquippa's Bernard Lay goes deep to Quentin Good. Look at the move! Touchdown, 6-0 Quips. Then, watch the Aliquippa defense. Big Lamar Alston recovers the fumble for Aliquippa. And Aliquippa's Jairus Wilcox takes it. Look at him go! Breaking tackles. Touchdown Aliquippa. 12-0 Quips. Second quarter, it's Jairus Wilcox again, taking the pitch. Look at him rumble into the end zone. 20-yard touchdown, 18-0 Quips. Then Bernard Lay finds his favorite receiver, Quentin Good. Touchdown! Aliquippa rolls to the victory. Our next stop, Apollo. We're undefeated. Apollo Ridge hosted Northgate, and what an incredible welcome by Apollo Ridge. They're winners of this week's Spirit Award. Why? Look at the artwork. It's Count Fedko, 12th man Fedko, Captain Fedko, Internet Fedko, Angel Fedko, Hula Fedko, and my all-time favorite, Disco Fedko. Thanks to these great Americans, thanks to the cheerleaders, and thanks to the great Apollo Ridge Band. You're beautiful. That's Connor. Apollo Ridge driving. Running back Brian Newton. He's gone. 72 yards for the Newton man. And it was 6-0 Apollo Ridge. Second Connor. Northgate driving on third down. When Apollo Ridge's Jeff Faber. Look at the hit. Ends the Northgate drive. Apollo Ridge quarterback Jacob Knoll then finds Luke Hill. Touchdown! 55 yards for Luke Hill. 14-0 Apollo Ridge. Time winding down the half. Apollo Ridge's Grant Gurley with a halfback pass to Luke Hill. Touchdown, 65 yards. It was 21-0 Apollo Ridge. Third quarter, Apollo Ridge's Jacob Knoll going to Luke Hill. He's amazing. Look at the move. In for the touchdown. Apollo Ridge remains undefeated. They're 7-0. They win 40-6. Our next stop, Penn Hills, hosting Central Catholic. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. Central Catholic's Jake Horan. Look at him breaking tackles. Goes 30 yards for the touchdown. 6-0 Central Catholic. Second quarter, Central Catholic's Bob Tootie finds Steve Buchis for the touchdown. It was 14-0 Central Catholic. Thad Carter, Penn Hills driving. Fumble! Pat Sullivan recovers for Central Catholic. That leads to the Central Catholic touchdown. Bob Tootie takes it in on the scramble, and it was 20-0 Central Catholic. Fourth quarter, Penn Hills, Anthony Morelli goes deep to Roland Askernies. 47-yard touchdown, made it 20-7. But late in the fourth, Central Catholic's Pat Sullivan with a big sack. Central Catholic goes on to win big. Our next stop, North Park. North Catholic versus Jeanette in a big showdown. And thanks to North Catholic with the lovely buttons. You are beautiful, North Catholic, old and young alike. This is a great game. Second quarter, North Catholic's Marty Nasatka bulls down close to the goal line. Led to North Catholic's Mike Lindenfelser taking it in for the touchdown. It was 7-0 North Catholic. The ensuing kickoff goes to Jeanette's C.J. Brown. Look at him go! Cuts to his right, gonna head down the sideline. And he takes it all the way to the North Catholic 10-yard line. And the very next play, Jeanette's T.J. Detra finds C.J. Brown. Touchdown. The extra point was no good. Jeanette trailed 7-6. Third quarter, North Catholic's Dave Divasevic scores, and North Catholic led 13-6. But Jeanette answers. Ryan Klingensmith goes in for the touchdown. The extra point was no good, and Jeanette trailed by 1, 13-12. Fourth quarter, Jeanette down by 1. Jeanette's C.J. Brown takes it all the way down to the North Catholic goal line. From there, Jeanette's Ryan Klingensmith takes it in, and Jeanette led 18-13. But North Catholic comes up with a big drive. Mike Lindenfelser to Sean Laverty sets up this Dave Divasevic touchdown. North Catholic wins 21-18. Our next stop, a festive homecoming night at McKeesport, hosting Mount Lebanon Precision Skydivers. Open the night's celebration. First drive of the game, McKeesport's Cecil the Diesel Howard takes it the final 15 yards. McKeesport led 6-0. Still first quarter when Mount Lebanon's John Nichols hits the 36-yard field goal. It's 6-3 McKeesport. Second quarter, Mount Lebanon on the move again, but Jamie Goodwin with the interception sets up the Cecil Howard touchdown. McKeesport was up 12-3 at the half. And the homecoming king and queen. Congratulations, Ryan McDonald and Star Kelly. Still 12-3 in the fourth quarter when Cecil Howard goes to the air, hits Jamie Goodwin for the 7-yard TD, 18-3 McKeesport. Mount Lebanon has a 4th and 2 in the 42. Kevin Wydell almost sacked, but he dumps it off to Jerry Bonenberger. Look at the effort by Jerry Bonenberger. He will not be denied. Goes in for the touchdown. It was 18-10 McKeesport. The Tigers come right back. Michael Wilson hits the hole. He's gone. 39 yards for the touchdown. 24-10 McKeesport. Mount Lebanon won't quit. Brian Young goes in for the touchdown, cuts the lead to 7, 24-17. Everyone knows it's the onside kick. Who grabs it? Cecil Howard for McKeesport. After that, McKeesport runs out the clock and goes on to a big 24-17 McKeesport win.
We're not done. We've got more skylights plus the Penguins home opener. Stay right here.
This new segment
Showdown between Valley and Highlands. Here we go. Look at the beautiful fireworks. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but let's go to the Valley Highlands highlights. There we go. Valley draws first blood in this one. B.J. Flannery gets a go. Look at him go, rumbling, making the moves. darting into the end zone for the 7-0 Valley lead. Then Valley's Donnie Booker gets into the act, bullying his way through the defense and into the end zone. Gives Valley a 14-0 advantage at this game. Look, it's my Uncle George.
Hi, John.
Thank you, Uncle George, for your patronage. Second up, Donnie Booker takes the handoff and rolls into the end zone to give Valley another score. Valley wins 21-7, and thanks again, Uncle George. Finally, we look at City League action between Carrick and Alderdice. This would be a great game. The Dice going up early. That's the extra point in the Valley game. Let's go to this. There we go. Here we go. Jerry Williams with the touchdown makes it 6-0 Dice. Then in the ensuing kickoff, Carrick's Jordan Babitsky gets the ball, but watch the fumble. And the Alderdice kicker, Andy Tenney, takes up the fumble, and look at the kicker go. All the way for the touchdown, the 12-0 Dice lead. Second quarter, Carrick gets the ball rolling. Donald Owens to Mike Paulus for the touchdown, and the Dice's lead is cut in half, 12-6. We move to the third. It's the Dice's Andy Tenney again, this time with a pick. Goes all the way for the touchdown, 18-6 Alderdice. In the fourth, Carrick attempts to rally. Donald Owens to Travis Bogdansky for the touchdown, but it's too little too late. Dice wins 18-12. Winner of the Spirit Award tonight, Apollo Ridge, and I will be visiting Apollo Ridge High School on Thursday night. Congratulations, Apollo Ridge, also a 7-0 football team. The Penguins played host to the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight in the... Welcome back. All our games and skylights tonight with playoff implications. Let's go.
Our first stop, Couple Stadium in the South Side. Brashear versus Oliver. Always a great welcome for former Spirit Award winners, Brashear High School.
F-E-C-K-O! Come on, hey, go Fedko!
Thanks to the Brashear cheerleaders. Fast Carter, Oliver with the ball. Fumble! Brashear covers. This would be the story of the first half. Brashear fumbles. Oliver's Dan Nelson recovers. Then Oliver fumble. Oliver's Landon Claiborne recovers. Yeah, Oliver deep in Brashear territory late in the first half. Brashear's Simeon Barnett with the interception. It was a scoreless first half. To the third quarter, Brashear's Will Northington heads west, then east, then south, all the way down to the goal line. And Brashear takes a 6-0 lead. Oliver then with the ball. But watch Brashear's Mario Watkins with a tip. Leads to the interception. And that turnover leads to the Will Northington touchdown for Brashear. And Brashear goes on to victory. Our next stop, Center, hosting Laurel. And always a great welcome from Center. And it's a Halloween theme. Fedko Stein and Freaky Fedko. Ooh, scary. First quarter. Laurel's Ryan Fennick ties the score at 7-all. Second quarter, game tied at 10-10 when Center's Brian Fontana goes to John Sims. Look at the catch. Touchdown. Center led 17-10. Third quarter, Laurel driving. Still 17-10 Center when Center's Jonathan Ambrose picks it off. Makes a defensive play of the game because that sets up this Brian Fontana to Jay Bishop. Touchdown, and Center led 24-10. Then watch John Sims. He is the all-time leading rusher in Center history. Look at him go all the way for the touchdown. Center goes on to victory. The big game of the night was in West Mifflin. Central Catholic versus McKeesport in a battle of Quad A Titans. Central Catholic's Bob Tootie had an incredible game. 376 yards passing. Goes to Stephen Buchis for a 7-0 Central Catholic lead. McKeesport's Jason Williams then takes the pitch and he's gone. 69 yards for the touchdown. Ties the game at 7-all. The second quarter, McKeesport goes on a roll. Michael Wilson goes in from 5 yards out, made it 13-7 McKeesport. Then McKeesport's Michael Sesteric will pick this off and go 22 yards for the touchdown. Made it 20-7 McKeesport. Then McKeesport's Cecil Howard goes to Jamie Goodwin. A great catch, and it was 35-7 McKeesport. But Central Catholic mounts a great comeback. Bob Tootie goes to Denny Poland who goes 42 yards for the touchdown as time expires in the first half. It was 35-14 McKeesport led at the half. The second half, Central Catholic's Bob Tootie goes to Denny Poland, who goes 24 yards to Drew Garcia. This catch sets up a touchdown by Bob Tootie. McKeesport holds on to win this game 42-34. Huge Quad North game at Shaler, hosting Mount Lebanon. Thanks, Mount Lebanon. What a great game this would be. First play of the game, Kevin Wydell of Mount Lebanon to James Harvey, 33 yards into Shaler territory. Sets up this Sam Matthews touchdown, and it was 7-0 Mount Lebanon at the half. Third quarter, Shaler's Brandon Lahmeyer on the 33-yard screen pass from Brian Weinberg ties the game at 7-all. And with the score 14-7 Shaler in the third, Mount Lebanon Sam Matthews takes it in from 15 yards, ties the game at 14-all. Still in the third, Shaler with some razzle-dazzle. Lahmeyer to Weinberg, the quarterback, touchdown. Shaler led 21-14. Fourth quarter, Mount Lebanon has a 4th and 7 from Shaler's 12. Kevin Wydell hits Sam Matthews, ties the game at 21-all. 1:44 left to play in regulation. Mount Lebanon's Kevin Wydell to James Harvey. Touchdown! Mount Lebanon wins 28-21. Our next stop, West Allegheny, hosting West Mifflin in a battle of AAA Titans. And always a great welcome at West Allegheny, former Spirit Award winners. Thanks, WA. What a great game this would be with controversy. We'll pick it up in the second quarter. West Allegheny's Tyler Palco sets up a beautiful screen pass to Kevin Campbell for the touchdown, and West Allegheny led 7-0. Now watch West Allegheny running back Jamie Fitzgerald. Look at this. Big move. He's gone. 63 yards for the touchdown, and it was 14-0 West Allegheny. But West Mifflin comes back in the second quarter. Quarterback Corey Desmond goes to Brian Burke for the touchdown, and it was 14-7. West Allegheny led at the half. Third quarter, here's the controversial play. West Allegheny with the ball, and fumble recovered by West Mifflin. The ref signals first down, West Mifflin. But wait a minute. The chains move, the West Mifflin offense is on the field, then the refs reverse their decision. They say an inadvertent whistle, and they're going to give the ball back to West Allegheny. West Mifflin coach Ray Brazo is beside himself, going berserk on the sidelines. There would be a 10-minute delay in this game. And from here, it was all West Allegheny. That led to a Derek Javerone field goal. West Allegheny wins 31-7. Let's go to Upper St. Clair, hosting Ringgold, and always a great welcome from Upper St. Clair. Thank you very much, USC. The love flowing. Vice Carter, Ringgold on the move until Upper St. Clair's Justin Accomando picks it off. The Panthers move downfield and score in this Connor Lee 41-yard field goal. It was 3-0 USC. Ringgold comes right back. Lorenzo Gardner keeps it for the touchdown. It was 7-3 Ringgold. Second quarter, Ringgold knocking on the door. Tyler Dobby takes it in, and it was 14-3 Ringgold. 42 seconds left in the half. Ringgold's Lorenzo Gardner to Eric Givens, 27-yard touchdown. Ringgold led 20-3 at the half. That Connor, first play from scrimmage. USC's Joe Mazzarini takes the handoff. He's gone. 61 yards for the touchdown. USC cuts the lead to 10, 20-10. Panthers' next possession. USC's Brad Wilson goes in from the 2, and it's 20-17. Upper St. Clair trailed by 3. Still in the third. Lorenzo Gardner of Ringgold hits Joe Webb, and Webb is gone. 27-17. Ringgold by 10 again. Fourth quarter. Upper St. Clair's Chris Heisler to Tony Bellino for the touchdown. It's a 3-point game again. 27-24. Panthers with one more chance on fourth down. Yeah, he can't get the first down. Ringgold wins 27-24. Got some more big games, so stay right here. We'll be right back. So let's head out to Penn Trafford. Penn Trafford hosting Plum. And this was all Penn Trafford early in this one. Mike Divins of Penn Trafford
goes to Bill Scarvicki, and it was 6-0 Penn Trafford. Then we go up top to Chopper 11 for a bird's eye view of this screenplay by Penn Trafford. Mike Divins finds Kirk Rogers, and Rogers, look at him follow his blockers into the end zone, but there was a flag on the play. It didn't count. But watch, a couple plays later. It's Divins again, same guy, Kirk Rogers, look at him breaking tackles. Look at that. Goes into the end zone for a touchdown and a 13-0 Penn Trafford lead. Now, when it's 20-0 Penn Trafford, Kirk Rogers busts loose in another touchdown and make it 27-0 Penn Trafford. And Mike Divins goes to Matt Bostic, 43 yards for this touchdown. Penn Trafford wins 40-13. Let's go to Baldwin, hosting Penn Hills. This would be a great game and a great welcome from Baldwin. In fact, a welcome so great, the love flowing so much, Baldwin wins this week's coveted Spirit Award. Look at the Fedko coin. Where can we get them? Thank you, Baldwin. You're tremendous. Again, an unbelievable game. Game tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Penn Hills' Anthony Morelli goes to Brad Ford. This is a 30-yard gain. Sets up the Brandon Anderson touchdown. And Penn Hills would lead 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, Baldwin's Ben Bloomley goes back to pass, scrambling. Oh, look, Cordell Stewart, look at him go. Turns the corner, goes 35 yards for the touchdown. Ties the game at 14 all. Penn Hills strikes back. Fourth quarter, Mike Franisevich takes it in, and Penn Hills led 21-14. Baldwin answers. Ben Bloomley takes it in himself. Ties the score 21 all. Under a minute left in regulation. The score was tied 21 all. Penn Hills freshman quarterback, Anthony Morelli. And look, get the freshman. Back to pass. 57-yard touchdown. Penn Hills wins 28-21. And again, Baldwin wins the Spirit Award. Good night, everybody, and see you in the phone zone.
Okay, thanks.
Catch your breath.
Welcome back. The final night of the high school football regular season. Tonight, teams jockeying for postseason berths and playoff positions and home field advantage. Tonight's Skylights features 9 big showdowns with playoff implications. Let's go.
Our first stop, Munhall. Steel Valley hosting South Park. The winner goes to the playoffs. Thanks to Steel Valley for the great welcome and... There's Coda! Steel Valley. Luke Getzy goes to Ed Tozy for the touchdown. 7-0 Steel Valley. Now watch this great scramble by Luke Getzy. And look at him evading the tackles. Look at the pass. Great play to Mike Shields for a big Steel Valley gain. Sets up the Luke Getzy touchdown to Mike Shields. It was 14-0 Steel Valley. Second quarter with Steel Valley up 21-0. South Park drive, and they have a fourth down. Scott Wagner to Ivan Brasvo for the first down. But on the drive, South Park would fumble down near the Steel Valley goal line. And the ensuing drive is a Steel Valley touchdown. Brandon Snyder scores, and Steel Valley goes on to win and goes to the playoffs. Let's go to Hopewell, hosting Elwood City. And thanks to the Elwood City cheerleaders.
We love you, Fedko!
And my long-lost cousin, Gomez.
Let's go, Fedko!
And thanks to the Hopewell cheerleaders. Let's pick it up in the fast cutter. Hopewell's Brad Rosati to Paul Pozluzny. And Pozluzny is going 71 yards, but not for a touchdown. And Hopewell doesn't score on the drive. Second quarter, Hopewell's Josh Long takes this one in. And Hopewell led 7-0. Now watch Elwood City, Santino Riccio go to Matt Locasano. 43 yards. That sets up this. Elwood City's Aaron Snyder goes in for the touchdown. The extra point was no good. Hopewell led 7-6. Elwood City, Santino Riccio. Then with the big play of the game. Look at him go! 83 yards for the touchdown. And Elwood City takes the lead, 12-7. Fourth quarter, Elwood City's Nick Diotto with the big play on defense. He's gonna pick it off to seal the Elwood City win. Elwood City wins 18-7 and secures second place in the Parkway Conference. The Battle of the Bridge in Monaca. Rochester at Monaca. First quarter on 4th and 8. Rochester's Adam Moore finds Kirby Griffin for the first down. Sets up the Adam Moore touchdown to Kirby Griffin. It was 6-0 Rochester. Then Monaca has the ball, but it's Kirby Griffin again for Rochester on defense. Picks it off, goes in for the touchdown, and a 12-0 Rochester lead. Third quarter, Monaca comes back, trailing 12-7. Eric McPhillamy goes in for the touchdown from 51 yards out, and Monaca led 14-12. But in the third quarter, Rochester comes back. Nate Waldron takes it in for Rochester, and Rochester wins 24-14. Let's head to beautiful West Mifflin, home of Kennywood Park. Host Stig Thomas Jefferson in a huge Big 7 showdown. Always a great welcome from the fine student body of West Mifflin, the love-flowing, you beautiful West Side. Thanks, West Mifflin, for the great welcome. Pass counter, West Mifflin's Mark Bonacci. Look at him go. 57 yards. Sets up this. Corey Desmond to Brian Burke touchdown, and it was 7-0 Titans. That good. Thomas Jefferson, John Draker scores and puts TJ up 10-7. Now watch Thomas Jefferson's Ben Shawless to Keith Malley. Touchdown, and Thomas Jefferson leads 16-7. But West Mifflin comes back. Fourth quarter, Corey Desmond to Lee Peter Savage. TJ would be up by 2, 16-14. Then watch Peter Savage go in for the touchdown. West Mifflin wins 21-16. Let's go to Aliquippa, the battle of the undefeateds. Center at Aliquippa. And always a great welcome from the Quips. Thanks, Aliquippa. You're beautiful. All right, let's pick it up. In the first cut, center punted. Aliquippa's Quinier Gaskins takes the punt at the 50-yard line, turns the corner, and he could go all the way. He does. 8-0 Aliquippa. Still in the first. Bernard Lay keeps it himself for the touchdown. 16-0 Aliquippa. Second quarter. Bernard Lay goes to Quentin Good. And the touchdown is good. 22-0 Aliquippa. Third quarter. Aliquippa's Jarris Wilcox makes it 30-0 Quips. And then Jarris Wilcox makes it 36-0 Quips. Aliquippa rolls to the victory. Let's go to Penn Hills for the big rivalry. Woodland Hills at Penn Hills. And thanks to Penn Hills, a tremendous welcome. The love flowing. Thanks, Penn Hills. First quarter. Woody High with the ball on their own 1-yard line. And Penn Hills, Brad Ford and Dave Toole bust through for the safety. 2-0 Indians. Then the deep pass is picked off by Woody High's Mike Flowers. Look at him go. Sets up a 1-yard touchdown by Kareem Dutrell. It's 7-2. Woody High. But in the second quarter, watch Penn Hills' Jeff Hancock. He's gone. 70 yards. And Penn Hills takes an 8-7 lead. Woody High comes back. Steve Breeston takes it himself. Goes 62 yards. Tight roping down the sidelines. Into the end zone. Woodland Hills led 15-8 at the half. That got it. Steve Breeston does it again for Woody High. Look at him go. 6 yards for the touchdown. Made it 22-8. Woody High. Then in the fourth, Woodland Hills, Mike White on the reverse. Look at the moves. Look at the speed. He's gone. 65 yards. Woodland Hills wins 29-8. Let's head to Martyr Rally Stadium, the Battle of the North Hills. North Allegheny at North Hills. We'll pick it up in the first quarter. North Hills quarterback John Ziles goes to 6'6" tight end Andrew Richardson. That sets up the John Ziles to Andrew Richardson touchdown, and North Hills led 7-0. North Allegheny's next possession, and watch North Hills' Brandon Zangaro with the interception. That sets up this, the very next play. John Ziles will find 6'3" Mickey Yokitis for the touchdown. North Hills led 14-0 at the half. And at halftime, North Hills football legends honored guys like Tony and Tony, Bergerelli, and Johnny and Al Mazer. Second quarter, NA's Pete Sorghum. Look at him find the hole and go in for the touchdown. NA trailed by 7, 14-7, fourth quarter. NA driving for the tying touchdown, but watch North Hills' Ryan Stocker with a great defensive play. Sacks him on fourth down. North Hills wins 14-7.
We've got more, plus Penguins highlights. They're in New York tonight. Stay tuned.
The bone marrow.
Go to Ringgold. Thank you very much. Ringgold hosting Peters Township. Both teams trying to get into the playoffs. First quarter, Ringgold's Matt Wujcik goes 36 yards for the touchdown, and Ringgold led 7-0. Third quarter, Peters Township strikes. Bob Ruff goes to Mike Sciulli for the touchdown. Now, Peters Township goes for 2. They're down by 1, but watch the Ringgold defense come up with one of the plays of the game. Ringgold says no, and Ringgold still led 7-6. That play would be the difference. In the fourth quarter, Ringgold would go up 14-6. Lorenzo Gardner controls the ball on the ground from then on. Ringgold wins 14-6, and Ringgold clinches a playoff berth. Thanks, Brashear, former Spirit Award winners, hosting Peabody at the Cup today. Brashear trying to get into the playoffs. First quarter with the score 7-0 Brashear. Brashear's Ron Florian to Maurice Dent. Made it 14-0 Brashear. Second, got it. Brashear's Will Northington. Rubbles 23 yards deep into Peabody territory. Setting up this, Mario Watkins. Touchdown, and Brashear led 21-0 in the second quarter. Peabody's next possession. Brashear's Ron Floyd picks it off. He's gone 25 yards the other way. Brashear led 28-0. Brashear not done yet. Simeon Barnett. 10-yard touchdown run, and Brashear is in the playoffs. They beat Peabody 49-6. The winner of the Spirit Award tonight is Penn Hills. Congratulations, Penn Hills. And the Penguins taking on the New York Rangers. The Penguins win this game